Thanks for being here. All right, 2 blocks and a blanket for this morning's practice. We are in the midst of our 40-day challenge, day 7. So we'll be doing some of those elements today. One of the things that we'll be exploring is our breath of fire, 108, followed by an inhale retention. You don't have to worry about counting, I'll do the counting for you. That makes 1 set, we do that 3 times. Because breath of fire is a forceful exhale, sometimes it's helpful to have tissue. So I make once a day. I make it a habit of offering before we begin. Well, also, if you're kind of not aware of what's happening with the 40-day challenge, we have 3 twisting options to play with, so we'll be doing 2 of those 3. We'll also be exploring what's called Surya Mudra. It has ring fingertips curled into base of thumbs and held in place with thumbs. We'll do that at the end with an arm movement tied in with our chant or meditation, which is Om Surya Namaha. So I'll explain all that. Just wanted you to kind of have it settle in at the start. We will begin in Sukhasana, so sitting with ankles or shins crossed, knees wide. Please move muscle away from sit bones. And if after doing so you still feel like you're kind of pulled into a cat, then you can sit on the very edge of the blanket. Rest hands on thighs, thumbs up or down, whatever comes more naturally. Gaze down if you're comfortable doing so. Close eyes entirely. Taking the next few moments to more formally invite yourself into this space. Onto the mat, into the body. Exploring what that entails for you by noticing any and all sensations that are present. Notice natural flow of breath. If not already, please turn the palms skyward. Curl tips of ring fingers in to meet base of thumbs. Hold them in place with thumbs. Your Surya Mudra. Just observe. Noting if your awareness is drawn to any particular area of the body, may or may not be. If there's any shift in your experience of the breath. If it's not there already, please do direct both awareness and breath to your very center, your solar plexus. It's a space in between the ribcage and the hips. On every inhale, that part of the body expands out in all directions. On every exhale from all sides, narrows back into your center. A few rounds like this. Surya translates from Sanskrit into English as sun, fire. The element of fire resides within our centers, lighting the flame here. And transitioning into our pranayama practice. Our exhales are forceful, practicing Kapalabhati or breath of fire. Inhales happen passively. when we hold at the end of our 108 Kapalabhati. Think of that as a soft or gentle holding, retaining of the breath, rather than anything rigid. And instead of exhaling at your very first urge to do so, think about softening a bit further still before doing so. So please inhale to prepare and begin. 3 more. Big, huge inhale. Keep inhaling, keep inhaling. Very top, pause, chin down, back, just soften and remain here. Your first urge to exhale, perhaps instead, just soften your edges even further. And head finds neutral, exhale. Inhale to prepare. Begin. Three more. Big inhale. Keep inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Chin down, back, pause, relax your edges. Head neutral, exhale. Last set, big full inhale. And begin. Three more. Biggest inhale yet. Chin subtly down, back, relax, remain here. And already have neutral exhale. shins, shift back so you can switch the cross of the legs. Again, muscle away from sit bones. Now take a hold of your rib cage with your hands. Think of one of those claw machines that reaches down from above and grabs something from all sides. Use your hands and evenly from all sides, inhale, lift your rib cage away from your hips. Keep that. Exhale, rotate your rib cage to the right. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, spin rib cage to that same right side. Inhale, back to center. One more. Exhale, deep rotation to the right. Stay here. Every inhale, all sides of the rib cage lift even higher. Neck even longer. Each exhale, deeper rotation. Chin can follow right shoulder, back shoulder. A couple more breaths. Deeper still with your next breath out. Follow inhale, out, twist. Same thing, other side. Exhale, rotate left. Feel your rib cage move. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist to that same left side. Inhale, back to center. Last time. Exhale, nice deep rotation of rib cage to the left. Stay here. Each inhale, all sides of ribs lift further away from hips, neck longer. Each exhale, recruit stronger core muscles to deepen twist. Double tuck to chin as it follows back shoulder. A little deeper still with your next breath out. Inhale, unwind. Reach your arms out to the sides. Turn your palms and biceps up to the sky. Exhale, rotate your thumbs and biceps forward and down. Do that a few times. Inhale, biceps up and back. Feel corners of chest open. Exhale, biceps forward and down. Feel the corners of the chest closing up. One more. Inhale, biceps up and back. Please keep that. Exhale, draw your shoulder blades as close together as you can. Inhale, arms directly out in line with body. Exhale, draw back. Still sitting up nice and tall. One more. Inhale, straight out to either side. Exhale, draw back. Keep your shoulder blades approaching one another. And now soften the shoulders down and reach the arms up. Palms face one another. Couple breaths here. Envision that your hands are still on your rib cage and you're lifting it even further away from your hips. The spine lengthens, the arms and fingers lengthen. Do allow for ease at the tops of the shoulders. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands together and down to heart. Inhale, hands to the top of the mat. Please untangle your legs into plank. Breaths here. Fingers spread wide and grip earth with intention. Biceps rotating forward, heels broadening back behind. One more big full inhale, stretch even longer. Exhale, shift hips up and back. Walk your feet an inch or two further forward. Alternately bend the knees as you greet your first downward facing dog. Please even out actively pushing mat away from feet to enjoy more lift and width through the sit bones. Feel your thigh bones press back into your hamstrings. Then toning belly near to spine, stretch from tailbone to heels. Half the way to the pose, out of the arms and down through the legs. Next, inhale, sweep right leg back and down. Create a flow. Exhale, look forward, draw knee underneath you to left elbow and plank. Inhale, push with hands, lift hips, straight legs sky. Exhale, knee to left elbow, shoulders over wrists. One more, inhale, sweep the long leg back and up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, then to chest, foot between hands. Inhale, float to fingertips and curl your heart away from a stronger back leg. A few breaths here in our runner's lunge. That left thigh bone, your back leg presses up to the sky. Your right hip wants to kick out to the side. Instead, reach it towards back heel. One more big breath in. Exhale, ground hands, return to downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, gaze forward, draw knee underneath you to right elbow. Inhale, push with hands, lift hips, straight legs skyward. Exhale, knee to right elbow and plank. One more, inhale, long leg back and up. Exhale, knee taps right elbow, chest, place foot between hands. Inhale to fingertips, curl hard away from a straighter, stronger back leg. Your right thigh bone presses up into its hamstring and skyward. Notice your left hip wanting to kick out to the side, instead reach it for back heel. One more big full inhale. Exhale, take a big step forward and fold. Big toes touch, think about an inch between the heels. Inhale, bend the knees, stay seated, sweep the arms around and up, Utkatasana. Gaze down at knees. Shift your sit bones back and wide so much that your knees move back and you can see the tops of the feet. Stay that far back, sit down a little lower, belly in, angle up a bit taller. Long spine, arms and fingers. And allow for ease across the tops of the shoulders. One more inhale here. Exhale, press legs straight, draw hands to a big breath. Inhale, press feet down. Sweep arms around, biceps back, reach sky. Exhale, part arms and fold. Anything needs to bend, it's knees rather than spine. Inhale, float to halfway up, torso fill. Exhale, ground hands, step to plank. Lower knees, shift heart forward, bend elbows straight back. Inhale, flatten feet. Use back muscles more than hands, curl heart forward and up, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, lift hips, broaden through heels, downward dog. One breath cycle, nice big inhale. Long, smooth exhale. And the exhale, gaze forward, walk to top of mat. When you arrive, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Big toes touch, an inch between heels. Inhale, bend knees, sweep arms around and up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straight legs, hands to heart. Inhale, rooting down. Arms around and up, lifting evenly out of hips on all sides. Exhale, part arms and descend. Strong belly, straight spine. Inhale, halfway up, torso fills. Exhale, ground hands, step to plank with knees lifted or lowered. Shift heart forward, bend elbows straight back. Feet flat. Inhale, curl heart forward and up. Cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, lift hips, drive through hips. One round of breath, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And exhale, gaze forward, walk or hop to top of mat. And right, inhale halfway up. Exhale forward. Big toes touch, inch between hips. Inhale, bend knees, arms around and up. Exhale, straight legs, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, rooting down. Circle arms wide, reach for the sky. Exhale, part arms and descend. Inhale, carries you halfway up. Exhale, ground hands, step back. Shift heart forward. Either come halfway down to chaturanga or through it to the floor. Flatten feet, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, lift hips, broaden through hips. One cycle of breath, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And the exhale, gaze forward, feet follow. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. Inhale, bend knees, arms around and up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straight legs, hands to big right heart. Inhale, press feet down. Sweep arms around and up. Exhale, arms wide and descend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, ground hands, step or float back. Vinyasa of your choice, or downward facing dog. When you find downward dog, inhale, right leg skyward and pause here. Lower right hip to left hip height. Knee and toes face the floor. Swing your left hip, which wants to kick out to the side towards your lifted heel, until you feel even at both sides of waist. Pushing that away from feet. Lifted leg longer, higher. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, draw knee underneath you to left elbow and plank. Hold your shape, keep breath flowing. Squeezing your left outer hip, right inner thigh together. Next exhale, scoop knee to chest. Place foot between hands. Scissor legs so you're steady. Inhale, back knee down. Arms around and up. Anjaneyasana. Now in scissoring, by dragging front heel, back knee together, you're squaring hips forward, you're stabilizing. Belly in, so low back lengthen. Picture your hands on your rib cage, lifting it evenly out of your hips. Light up arms and fingers, soften tops of shoulders. One more inhale here. Exhale, simply lift your back knee and tip your hips and torso forward, arms stay framing your ears. Really power up your back leg, press thigh bone up to the sky. Right hip that wants to kick out to the side, tack it back and step. Keep your torso where it is. Inhale, arms wide, your thumbs and biceps faces in. Picture hands on rib cage. Exhale, twist to your left. Left fingertips to block or floor under shoulder. Right arm and gaze up. As you reach your right hand up, your left hip wants to collapse. So come back to that super powerful back leg. Keep swinging your right hip towards back. Each inhale, longer spine. Each exhale, deeper twist. One more breath cycle, just like that. Inhale, longer. Exhale, deeper. All on an inhale, unwind. Open hips, back heel down. Rise up, warrior two. Exhale, press to the ball of front foot, straighten leg with strong calves. Then tip hips toward front foot, torso goes for the right. When hips stop tipping, torso stays there. Right hand down, left arm and gaze up, Trikonasana. Even here, power back leg, grounding through outer edge of foot. Balancing out all of the momentum, extending over front leg. Breathe, right rib cage further away from hip. Hands further away from heart. One more big, huge inhale, enjoy it. Exhale, ground hands, step back. Flow of your choice, or downward facing dog. When you found downward dog, next inhale, left leg lifts. Be here, keep breath flowing. Lower left hip to right hip, heighten and toes face the floor. Right hip that wants to kick out, instead reach it for lifted heel, even at both sides of legs. Push mat away from feet. Lifted leg longer, higher. Big, huge inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, draw knee underneath you to right elbow and plank. Hold your shape, keep breath flowing. Squeezing right outer hip, left inner thigh together. Biceps spin forward. Next exhale, scoop knee to chest and set foot between hands. Scissor legs, inhale, back knee down. Arms around and up, Anjali. Continue to drag your front heel, back knee together, so much that hips square forward. You feel more steady in your foundation. Draw belly in, lifting ribcage out of hips. Light up arms and fingers. Biceps back, shoulders down. Picture a long line from your back knee through your fingertips. Exaggerate the distance between those 2 points as you inhale. Keep that relationship. Exhale, simultaneously lift your back knee, tip your hips, torso, and long arms forward. Right thigh bone actively pressing up to the sky through its hamstring. Left hip wants to kick out, swing it back, breathe. Keep torso where it is. Next, inhale, arms wide. Picture your hands on your rib cage. Exhale, twist to your left. Right fingertips to block or floor under shoulder. Left arm and gaze up to the sky. Back leg still powerful. It will want to collapse. Left hip still swinging back, it'll want to kick out. Each inhale, ribcage further away from hips. Each exhale, deeper twist. One more breath cycle, just like that. Bring it out as you breathe out. Big transition. Inhale, unwind, open hips. Back heel down. Cartwheel arms up, warrior two. Exhale, press the ball of front foot. Straighten leg with strong calves. And in slow motion, tip hips toward front foot. Torso follows. Left hand down, right arm and gaze up, Trikonasana. Breathe. Again, a lot of awareness of back leg, outer edge of foot grounding down. Balancing out all the momentum over front leg. Breathe, left rib cage away from hip. Hands away from heart. One more big full inhale. Enjoy it. Exhale, ground hands, step back, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. One full round breath here. And an exhale, gaze forward, feet follow. You arrive, inhale halfway up. Exhale forward. Inhale, sit back and down, arms around and up. Exhale, straight legs, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, bring them down. Sweep arms around and up. Exhale, arms wide and inhale, sit bones lift, collarbones broaden. Exhale, ground hands, step or float back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. You found downward dog. Inhale, reach right leg back and out. Pause. As you exhale, keep your leg lifted. Walk your hands back towards your left foot. Lifted leg floats even higher. Lower right hip to left hip height. Swing your left hip towards your lifted heel. You can stay here, hands down. You can keep them where they are, walk them back to frame your foot. Or play with balance, one or both hands to the back of ankle or calf. 3. One more breath cycle. Inhale, curl heart away from belly. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, look forward, walk your hands forward. Returning to your down dog split. Exhale, draw knee across to left elbow, and then straighten leg out to the left. A few breaths here. Resting on the outer edge of the foot, slide your foot further away and a little bit forward. Biceps forward. Squeezing left outer hip, right inner thigh together. Next, exhale, knee bends into chest. Place foot between hands. Scissor legs so you're steady. Inhale, arms around and up, high line. Back leg powerful. Right hip swings back. Good. Belly in, lift the rib cage further out of hips. Light up fingertips. Biceps back, allow for ease across the top of the shoulders. Now keep this long line you've created from your back heel through your fingers. Exaggerate the distance between those 2 points as you inhale. Exhale, tip hips, torso, long arms forward, shift forward, front leg lifts to, back leg, that would be a feat. Lifts to hip height. That back leg is powerful. Right hip is kicking out, reach it back instead. Keep everything where it is. Inhale, arms out, stretch. Picture your hands on rib cage. Exhale, twist to your left. Left fingertips to block or floor to shoulder. Right arm and gaze up to the sky. Back leg powerful. Pretend your heel is driving into wall behind you. Right hip, swing it back. Every inhale, longer, more expansive. Every exhale, deeper twist. Deeper still with your next breath out. Inhale, unwind. Right fingertips to block or floor. Stack hips, shoulders, left arm around and up. Last pose in the set. Hang in there and breathe. Stomp down to open more fully. Lifted leg, longer, stronger. Floated higher. Breathe right rib cage away from hip. Hands away from heart. One more breath cycle. Big, huge inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, both knees bend, left foot meets right. Arms around and up, Utkatasana. Good job. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Side 2, inhale, root down, arms around and up. Exhale, part arms and fold. Inhale, carries you halfway up. Exhale, ground hands, step or float back. All meeting in downward facing dog. When you found downward dog, inhale, left leg lifts. Keep it. Exhale, walk hands back towards right foot. Left leg lifts higher and higher. Now lower your left hip to right hip height. Knee and toes face mat. Right hip reaches for lifted heel. You can keep hands where they are. You can walk them back to frame your foot. You can challenge your balance with one or both hands to the back of ankle or calf. Breathe. One more breath cycle. Inhale from belly. Cross collarbones. Exhale deep. Inhale, look forward, walk hands forward. Returning to your down dog split. Yes. Exhale, drop that knee underneath you to the right elbow, then straighten leg out to the right. Active flex to foot. Send your foot further away and a little more forward. Hips a bit lower. Squeezing right outer hip and left inner thigh together. Biceps forward, breathe. Next, exhale, bend knee into chest. Set foot between hands. Scissor to stabilize. Inhale, arms around, up, high lunge. Back leg powerful. Left hip back. Belly in, lift taller. Biceps back, light up your fingers. Soften shoulders. Inhale, light up your awareness of back heel, fingertips. Keep the connection between those points. Exhale, tip forward, shift forward. Front leg straight, back leg lifts to hip height. Press right thigh bone through its hamstring. Drive lifted heel to back wall. Left hip back. Keep everything where it is. Inhale, right arms reach out to either side. Picture hands on rib cage. Exhale, twist to your left. Right fingertips to block or floor under shoulder. Left arm and gaze out. Breathe. Power up your lifted leg. Swing your left hip further back. Couple more breaths. Inhale, longer and more expansive. Exhale, wrap your rib cage around a little bit more. One more breath cycle, just like that. Follow inhale, out of twist. Left fingertips to block or floor, wider than the shoulder. Stack hips, shoulders, right arm around and up. Last piece. Back leg straighter and stronger. Lift it higher. Left rib cage, breathe it away from your hip. Hands away from a more radiant heart. One full breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both knees bend. Right foot meets left. Arms around and up. Exhale, straight legs. Hands to heart. Big toes touch. About an inch between the heels. Inhale. Bend knees, sweep arms wide, reach for the sky. So you exhale, draw hands to heart, and twist to your right. Tip torso forward, elbow onto or outside of thigh. Now please look down first. Slide your left knee back in line with your right. Keep that. Inhale, picture hands on rib cage. Draw it away from hips. Exhale, use your core muscles, deepen twist, gazing skyward. Breathe. Next, inhale, look back down at the floor. Keep the shape, but shift forward and lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees more and more so you're sitting on lifted heels. Look back to the right, set fingertips to the floor. Good. You can stay here, you can even have your hands on your blocks. Or walk your hands one hand's distance forward. Spreading fingers wide, ground the hands down. Your pointer fingers are straight forward or a little bit wide. Inhale, spin your biceps forward, look out in front of you. Exhale, shift your weight towards your fingertips as you bend your elbows into the body. One elbow outside knee, elbow number two, either under hip or back behind hip if you want more challenge. Now keep shifting forward. When you can't go forward anymore, bend your elbows more. When heart lowers, hips lift and feet can lift. Breathe. It's time to come down, feet lifted, return feet to the floor, hands to heart. Inhale, unwind, reach for the sky. Exhale, arms wide, fingertips to the floor, lift hips and forward. Inhale, bend knees, arms around and up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Twist left and tip forward. Keep it. Inhale, look down, slide your right knee back in line with your left. Longer spine. Exhale, deeper twist, gaze up to the sky. Breathe. Keep everything where it is. So you inhale, look down. Shift forward, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees so much that you're sitting on your heels. Look back to the left and send fingertips to the floor or to blocks. You can stay here working on your twist. Or walk hands one hand's distance forward. Spread fingers wide before grounding them down. Point your fingers either parallel or slightly angled away from one another. Inhale, biceps forward, look forward. Stop where you need to stop. Exhale, shift weight out of your feet and more into your fingertips. Bending elbows into body, right elbow outside knee. The other one under hip or behind the hip if you want more challenge. And this is a slow process. Keep moving forward and forward. When you can't go forward anymore, bend the elbows so that heart can lower, hips can lift, and eventually feet lift. Breathe. The feet are lifted. Come on back through center. Hands to heart. Unwind. Woo. Still in our Papadasana. No tiptoe pose. Exhale. Reach your arms forward. Palms up. Sit back to your heels. It takes a lot of opening of the calf muscles. Sit to your seat. Lift your feet. Take first two fingers to big toes. Puff up your chest. And reach through your heels. Woo. Breathe. Heart grows nearer and nearer to your toes while shoulders draw back. Your pinky toes are curling forward like mine are. See if you can draw them back towards your outer shoulders. Keep this shape. Reach your arms forward. Oh, last one. Good. Breathe. Inhale, bend knees. Beautiful. Slide your feet wide and then send your heels away. Ah. That's right. Move muscle away from sit bones. To inhale, hands to your rib cage. Again, lift away from your hips. Reach your arms out, palms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Wrap your left arm behind you. Back of hand towards opposite waist, hip or thigh, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, like triangle. Tip your hips toward right toes, torso follows. Lengthen out over right leg. Your right palm is still facing up to the sky. Just flow back of hand down onto shin or to the inside of leg. Draw ribcage evenly out of hips. Look left side of the body further away from the floor. Little tuck to chin as it follows top shoulder. Next inhale, rise up, arms around and up. Exhale, twist to your right, arms float down. Wrap your right arm behind you. Inhale, ribcage further away from hips, left arm skyward. Think triangle. Exhale, tip your hips toward left toes. Torso follows. When hips stop, torso stops. Float back, hand down onto shin or inside. Rib cage drawn evenly out of hips. Right side of the body further away from the floor as you gaze up. Next inhale, ascend through center, arms around the mat. Exhale, hands to heart, fingertips to the floor in front of you. Inhale, think cow. Move to the front of your sit bones, puff up your chest. Exhale, tip your hips about halfway forward, halfway to the degree you know you can tip forward. Perhaps this finds the fingertips walking a little further in front of you. Or pendulum swing, bend your elbows and swoop your torso up and over to the right. Come down through center, swoop up and over to the left. And continue. All with a soft gaze or closed eyes. This will be our final pose. If movement is what's feeling best, then stay with conscious movement. If at any point when you swoop through center, you want to stay there, certainly indulge in that. In all cases, long, smooth inhales, exhale. One more round of breath here. So you inhale, waken back muscles as a straight spine floats to right. On exhale, take a hold of outer knees, help them bend. Please reorient yourself to the support of a wall. You can move your mat, you don't need your mat. You can always just sit on your blanket. The body will cool off. You might consider putting layers on. We'll be here for the final 10 minutes of class. If you make yourself comfortable, you can certainly choose to slide the blocks under your knees. Ultimately ending the way we began. Crossing ankles, shins, as knees fall wide. Sacrum snuggles back to the support of molding or wall. As lower body settles down, it's a rebound of energy that lifts upper body strength. Softening back into the supportive wall. Shoulders back to wall and down. Palms up. Glide hands close enough to hips that elbows fall more effortlessly from shoulder. Curl tips of ring fingers in to meet base of thumbs. Hold them in place with thumbs. Few breaths here. Awareness and breath at your very center. In a few moments, we'll be chanting Om Suryaya Namaha for 5 minutes. And then we'll just sit for a few minutes longer. This all goes with arm movements. Eventually, we'll float the forearms parallel to the floor and take the pinky fingers to touch. As we chant, the forearms will swivel wide. As we chant again, we'll return pinky fingers to touch. You can certainly just enjoy the movement of your mudra. Without chanting, you can listen. If you'd like to chant, please do join me. Float forearms parallel to floor. And draw pinky fingers to touch in front of you. Inhale to prepare. Swivel open. Om Surya Namaha. Swivel to touch. Om Surya Namaha. Swivel open. Om Surya Namaha. Back to touch. Om Surya Namaha. And continue. Om Surya Namaha. 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 Om Surya Namaha.
Keep awareness at the center of the body. Visualize a small flame at your very center. See it gradually growing larger, brighter. Ultimately, flame turns into sun. Its luminous rays permeating any illusory boundaries of skin. You are aglow. Radiating endlessly in every direction. Experience remains as visualization dissolves. Please join hands at heart, reverent bow of head. The element of fire represents a balanced amount of will and our ability to transform all that we take in into something that is ultimately nourishing. It finds neutral, thumbs to third eye. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much.